The last consultation in July was about presenting the emerging concepts. This consultation is about presenting the chosen and developed design, which we are seeking feedback on from stakeholders and everyone in Bath, so we can then make final adjustments and improvements before submitting a planning application early in the new year. So this is saying, this is what it is, these are all the benefits, this is everything that we bring to the city, along with rugby in the heart of the city, and please give us your feedback.
You've made one major adjustment yourself since the last consultation. You've reduced the height.
Absolutely. I think the height is one of the key sensitivities for this site, unique site in the heart of Bath, World Heritage City. And so what we've done is we've worked really hard with the design team. We've worked to compress the roof structure. Importantly, we've moved seats from the east and west stands round to the south stand. And what we've done is we've removed 16 boxes, we've removed 10,000 square feet of commercial space to bring the height down by around 4 metres. And we believe that what we have now is a design that really fits within the cityscape, within the topography. It can really deliver all of the benefits that we want to deliver whilst working within that wider city landscape.
Isn't that a bit of robbing Peter to pay Paul, though? I mean, in reducing the height, you're reducing capacity and the commercial gains you were hoping to have?
The purpose of the stadium has very much been around creating a civic project with civic value. If this was purely a commercial venture, we would have looked at sites outside of Bath, but in the same way that the city is part of the club's DNA, we believe the club is part of the city's DNA. So we've always been focused on finding a solution that can work in the city centre. In terms of the capacity, by moving seats from east and west stands around to the south, we're maintaining a capacity of 18,000. That's the limit that we can go to under the terms of the landlord, Bath Recreation Limited, the charity. But we believe that's the right number for the long-term sustainability of the club. In terms of some of those other spaces, boxes and commercial space, yes, that does reduce the ability of the site to generate a return. We're at the stage now where we believe it does work, it can function, it is sustainable, and it is viable. And so these are the designs that we're bringing forward for consultation.
I also saw a little line saying that you're not intending to stage major music events like major pop concerts in the future. Is that another way that you're going to lose income?
No, for us, our business model, if you like, has never included major music events in the stadium, and there's a really key sensitivity with local residents in terms of the impact that we might have on them. The opportunity is there for events which might have a stage partway along the pitch. That is something that we will be looking to discuss and work on with local residents. The ability for us to be part of the cultural fabric of Bath, Bath festivals and so on, I think is something that should be explored and celebrated. There's obviously a big difference between a classical or jazz concert and a rock concert, and what is right for Bath, the community and residents, is something that's important and a question for what's right for us as well. So that's something that we will explore, but this is not going to become a major concert arena venue. This is going to contribute to the city in many other ways.
It looks good looking across from the other side of the River Avon, from the other side of Pulteney Weir, because you're making a big thing about linking the stadium with the river and with the rest of the city. You're standing in front of a screen that says a place for everyone. Is that sort of redevelopment of the riverbank a bit of a carrot to get Bath-ness on your side?
I think that the regeneration of the riverside is a fundamental part of the scheme. Lessons learned from previous consultations or rather previous proposals that we brought forward 4 or 5 years ago are that this needs to be much more than just rugby. Absolutely, rugby is the catalyst, and if we get it right with this city and this setting, this could be the most amazing place in the world to watch rugby, but it has to be much more than that. Everyone in Bath feels a unique sense of ownership, and the majority of people in Bath aren't coming to watch games of rugby, mathematically. we want everyone in Bath to feel that this contribution to the cityscape is a contribution that means something to them. And I think the riverside is an important part of that. It's an important opportunity. If we didn't regenerate the riverside, I think it would be a crime.
When is this going to happen?
We are consulting over the next 4 days. We look forward to all the feedback. Our intention is to submit planning early in the new year for determination through calendar year 2019. There are always ifs and buts, and there can be delays, but in terms of our ambition, because I think you have to have goals, we would be looking to start works behind the current East Stand in early calendar year 2020, construction through the 2021 season, and potentially opening the new stadium for the 21-22 season. There's challenges around that, but I think it's really important that we have a target to aim for. And
I understand Bath would play elsewhere on the Rec during the work?
There's a number of options that we've explored. So the first route that we explored was, is there a permanent stadium elsewhere that we could rent, that we could occupy? The closest best candidate would have been Ashton Gate, but that's full. There's football and rugby going on there. And in terms of our other options, Swindon and so forth, there are significant challenges with other sites that we've explored. The other option is we currently have a 3/4 temporary stadium. If we can make that 100% temporary, we can then move it somewhere else in Bath. And we've looked at a number of options and spoken with landowners, and there are significant complications with all of these different sites. And at this stage, our preferred option is the recreation ground. We understand that that's something of significant question and concern for local residents, and that is something that we will be talking about directly face-to-face with them, which we always do, and we're always cognizant of how important it is that all of the team, and particularly myself, that will stand up and talk about the concerns directly with residents, which we'll continue to do.
Take one hurdle at a time. Who's paying for this? Are we going to end up with the Dyson Stadium?
Well, that would be something that you could be very happy for you to speak to Dyson about. The stadium it's backed by Bruce Craig, and he's always been supportive of this as a core part of the vision for creating an exceptional club. The stadium will be partly financed with third-party finance, and that's something that we will be exploring as we get into the new year.
Bruce has gone on record as saying that he wants a world-class team. Forgive me for putting this to you, but some people are saying the money would be better spent on new players.
I think in terms of funding, the funding of the stadium has no impact on the funding of the team. There is a salary cap in place, which is across all of the clubs in the Premiership. Salary cap is £7 million, but with allowances and so forth, you can spend over that amount. We continue to say, and have always said, we won't be disadvantaged against other teams. So our funding of the team will continue to be competitive throughout the stadium build and beyond. In terms of rugby performance, obviously everyone's working incredibly hard to address what's going on at the moment, and the ambition is undiminished for the club in terms of what we want to see on the pitch and off it.